Making homemade bread does not need to be as complicated as a full-blown loaf of sourdough. In fact, all you need is about 4 hours and a little bit of elbow grease, and you too can have a really solid loaf of bread. So today I'm going to be showing you my go-to recipe for when I'm in the mood for a simple rustic loaf. Let's get into it.
So I might have stretched the truth a little when I said this bread only takes 4 hours to make. The actual bread making process does only take a few hours, but this recipe also calls for a little prep work the night before in order to make the Poolish or pre-ferment. The Poolish is just 150 grams of flour, water, and a sprinkle of yeast that is mixed together and then sits on your countertop for preferably 16 hours. Using a Poolish really helps to improve the flavor and final texture of your bread, especially when using commercial yeast, so just plan ahead and make it the night before. The next day, when you're ready to get started on your bread dough, start by adding 280 grams of 100-degree water to a large bowl, and then all of the Poolish. The Poolish should smell super yeasty and have lots of bubbles. Stir it into the water with your finger, or I guess a spoon would work just as well, and then add 2 grams of yeast, 350 grams of bread flour, 50 grams of whole wheat flour, and then 10 grams of salt. Mix with a spoon until a shaggy dough forms, and then using a very wet hand so you can try to avoid getting dough stuck all over you, knead the dough until it's well combined. I want to note that the dough will still be pretty slack at this point. We're really just looking for something cohesive, and we'll add strength later through our strength building folds. Once you're happy with it, cover it with a towel and let rest for 30 minutes.
Follow up part 2, the shaping.